Beyond Guitar, and in this lesson video we're going to study Hey-O Snow by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, here we go. First you'll want to find a mostly clean sound with maybe just a tiny bit of distortion and get your Strat sound going. I've selected my middle pickup. There's just a little bit of a distortion sound, but it's mostly clean. So first find your setting. Okay, next there's going to be a little bit of palm muting, so make sure you lay your hand on the very edge of the strings and just right there on the edge of the bridge. The first and most important lesson about the song Snow by the Red Hot Chili Peppers is you're going to use finger 1 and finger 3 and finger 4 all the time. And you never really use your middle finger, your second finger. That finger's not going to play any notes in this song, okay? So you're going to use your pinky finger a lot, and your ring finger a lot, and your first finger a lot, but you never really use your middle finger. Okay, so as you play through the notes and you figure out the notes and chords, you might be tempted to kind of stretch and use your strongest fingers and avoid the pinky. You won't get as fast or as smooth as John Frusciante without using that pinky finger. So you're in for a pinky finger workout. And here we are at the beginning of the song. Start on the 6th fret on the 5th string, the 6th fret on the 4th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, those notes make a chord. Make sure that you play ring finger, pinky finger, and pointer finger. That would be finger 3, finger 4, and finger 1. And it sounds like this. Add some palm muting, so lay your hand on the bridge and on the edge of the strings, and it sounds like this. Okay, let's do the hammer on and the pull off. 4th fret, hammer onto fret 6, and then pull off back to fret 4. If you're a beginner, hammer-ons and pull-offs are a little bit tricky, but here are some tips. When you do the hammer, make sure your finger is in a ready position first before you play. So you start with the 4th fret, and then hammer the 6th fret. You have to use the tip of your finger, and you have to be very accurate. You have to hit the string in the exact right spot. Okay, then when you do your pull-off, you could pull off into space, but that's too big of a motion and you take your fingers away from the strings. And so I suggest that you pull off like this. And that's where you pull straight down toward the floor and you land on the next string. Okay, so you're pulling off but landing on the neighbor string. That does a couple different things. Number 1, it always sounds perfectly clear. And number 2, it keeps you from flying out into space and going away from the strings with your fingers. So you stay close. Okay, so far we've played 6, 6, 4, 6, hammer, pull off. Okay, there's only a couple notes left of this particular chord. We're going back and revisiting a couple of the notes we just played. Fret 6 on string 4 and fret 4 on string 3. Okay, this finger stays in the same spot for the whole riff, so keep this finger down and don't lift it up. Keep it there all the time. This finger should never let go. It's there all the time in the first passage. Okay, let's move on. Now the next part starts on fret 7, and this is also a chord. Okay, make sure you're using your pinky finger and your ring finger and your pointer finger. 7th fret, 6th fret, 4th fret, back to 6th fret. Okay, now you're going to need to move your fingers so you can do your hammer and pull off. Then we're going to revisit a couple of the notes. 6, 4, and there's the second chord. Okay, now let's move on to the next chord. It also starts on the 7th fret. In fact, it's the same fingering in the same fret numbers, but it's just simply on the low string this time. 7, 6, 4, 6. Hammer on and pull off. Back to 6, 4. Okay, and then once again, it's the same chord. Recognize this chord? We just played it 2 times. Now we're going to play it again, but it's in a different spot. 9, 8, 6. 9, 8, 6, 8. Hammer, pull off. And revisit a couple of the notes. Okay, now you'll see that in the tab there's a little bit of a slide on that chord. He slides into it. Okay, I would recommend that you save that till the end. First learn the notes and learn to play the song, and then after you get it, come back and add the slide. Okay, and you can also see that at the end of this line, at the end of the tab there's a 6 with a little ramp, a little slide that goes down. Okay, that's just simply because he's done playing in this position and he goes back to the beginning of the song and he returns to a different position. So he's just sliding along like this. Okay, those are small details. You don't have to master that right now. First, just learn the notes. Okay, here's this whole line from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's see it with a close-up on the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's see it with a close-up on the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's look at the second line of the song. The second line is basically the same except for the very last chord. Okay, so we're still playing 6, 6, 4. We're still playing 7, 6, 4. We're still playing 7, 6, 4 on the low string. So far nothing's changed. Okay, but then look at this very last chord. It starts on the low string. 6, 4, 4, 4. So we'll have to flatten this finger out and cover both of those 4s at the same time. 6, 4, 4, 4. So my finger is flattened like it's a little mini bar chord. Okay? 6, 4, 4, 4. Okay, then you know what to do. You do the hammer on and pull off. And then you're back to another 4, 4. So flatten your finger again. Okay, so a lot of students will ask, well, couldn't I just flatten my finger like this and leave it there for the whole time? Okay, you could, and that will make the chord sound great. Okay, but now it's time to do the hammer on and pull off, and so you're trying to do it from a bar chord sort of position. And so I think that's too stressful on the fingers. I could play it faster and smoother if I just lift my finger up and put it on the fingertip. Then I can do my hammer on and my pull off. And then I'll just quickly lay it back flat again for the last 4, 4. There we go. Okay, let's play this whole line all the way through. 1, 2, ready, go! let's see that line with a close-up on the hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look at a close-up of the right hand on this line. Notice I'm playing palm muting, and then I lift up the palm when it's time to do the hammer on and pull off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's practice the song with the beat very slow. Here it is, 1 note per second or 60 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Now let's go faster. Let's speed it up. Here it is at 80 beats per minute. Let's play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go faster. Here we are at 100 notes per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's increase the speed. Let's play 120 notes per minute. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's increase the speed to 150 notes per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go even faster. 180 notes per minute. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, the next destination is 200 notes per minute, but the clicks get pretty fast. Okay, and if you're a beginner, it's hard tick, 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 because it just seems a little overwhelming. And so what you do is you cut it in half, and you go to 100 beats per minute, and then you play 2 notes on every click. That doubles your speed. Okay, so the metronome's clicking at 100 beats per minute. We're going to play 2 notes per click, so we're actually playing 200. Da 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 da. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Da 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 da. 1 2 3 4. Let's increase the speed. And this time, since we're playing it so fast, the riff is over quickly. So let's do the whole thing twice. Here we go. 1 2 3 4. Let's increase the speed. Now 150. 1 2 3 4. And now let's go all the way up to 180, but again, I'm going to cut it in half. And so we're at 90, but playing 4 notes per click. 1 2 3 go. Play it again. This time, play it with your eyes closed. 1 2 3 go. Almost perfect. All right, there it is. So we've reached the tempo of the song. You worked it up nice and slow, a little bit at a time, a little faster, a little faster, a little faster. and hope you enjoyed walking it through with me one note at a time. If you liked this video and found it helpful, make sure you drop a like and a subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.